I'm Mark Edwards, I'm the CEO of Sert, part of the wider Simply Energy Matters Group. We are a recruitment and training business based on the South Coast. I'm a recruiter of 25 years veteran. I've spent many years writing blogs and content about skill shortages. Okay, we're now doing something about it. We're creating candidates and giving opportunities to people that they may not have had prior to us getting into training. So we were a recruitment business first and training second, and hopefully everything we're doing is trying to improve lives. We're fulfilling a need. Our recruitment business obviously identifies skill shortages, and those skill shortages are trying to be alleviated by our training. So, for example, we work in the renewable sector, and so courses within solar, retrofit, air source heat pump is of direct benefit to our clients who are looking to source those skills for their own businesses. It's candidate-centric. I hope every learner comes in here and has an enjoyable experience, a fun time, looking at the Google references, hopefully more positives than just there's a Domino's downstairs. But yeah, learner-centric, that each and every one of them go through the course and actually learn something from it and actually appreciate their time here. But what we also found is when we came into the market, clients' feedback and communication was particularly low. So it's a candidate-centric approach, but the clients are certainly involved in shaping the courses and evolving really. So we've been working directly with Michael and his team at Kiwi Yuzu over the past 2.5 years, working on highlighting opportunities for apprentices and also opportunities through government funding and delivery of boot camps. It's been a fantastic experience where we're taking our technical knowledge of air source heat pumps, retrofit, electric car charging, and combining it with a world that I wasn't overly familiar with, which has been it's been a great partnership collaboration with Yuzu and Kiwi to date. Also understanding what good looks like as well. We have local competition in the form of colleges and the like, and actually the independent training providers need to work together and collaborate, so we have our voices heard as well. I think we both learn from each other. I think there is equity in the discussion. There's no, it is a partnership rather than a supplier-customer relationship. It is a relationship first and foremost as well. So actually the things that I'm learning from Kiwi Yuzu, and hopefully things maybe I can impart upon them from the recruitment side of things. So training only works, or training is only current if that's what the clients are actually looking for. If those skills are actually in demand, if there are jobs being created in this space. So I'd like to think that in any partnership it is even, and we're contributing and adding some value as well. And I think from that market intel piece, from the deployment of the candidates we push through the bootcamp through my recruitment business, I'd like to think we've got that kind of equity piece. I think the amount of people that we have trained in air source heat pumps from a Hampshire and South Coast perspective means that the course is relevant. Okay, the course is relevant, and the fact that we're getting to milestone 3 means we're making a difference in their lives. So I think I could give you countless number of examples where it's worked because of the fact that skill is so much in demand and of the moment. Go back a couple of years ago, people didn't even know what the phrase air source heat pumps and what they were. And I think through the partnership, the amount of plumbers and heating engineers, gas engineers who are getting upskilled locally because of this partnership is quite significant. Okay, so our typical learner is an electrician. Okay, the wonderful thing about electricians is they really care about their own personal development. Okay, so the courses we put on take them to next levels, be it the electrical design, be it solar installation, be it battery storage, be it electrical car chargers and the installation of. So everything is iterations of electric on the renewable side of things. Okay, we also do various courses in retrofit from level 2 to I believe level 6 now on the design side, and we also have courses as as mentioned, in air source heat pump and all the prerequisites that go with that. So water regs, unvented, etc., etc. Our recruitment and our training mirror itself on electrical and renewables. Again, I'll probably reiterate the temperature check we get with having the recruitment business saying, look, these skills, and the ability to deliver on it relatively quickly. Okay, so at the moment we're seeing an increase in insulation requirements on the recruitment side. So what we're developing is some insulation courses. We've also seen a need to increase our amount of retrofit courses in relation to the number of retrofit requirements we're seeing. So unlike other providers who might have to wait terms or even completion of full courses, be it apprenticeships or be it degrees, we don't have to wait that full cycle to innovate. So, you know, if we've got the demand, we can go again with more courses. We are not reliant on certain AI tools to produce our content. So I think the important bit is, I would say, building a classroom, building content, securing the talent in order to deliver the course, and also secure the learners to make the course viable. I'd say that's a 3-4 month rolling program, but it can be done quicker, obviously budgets notwithstanding, but I think the process that we go through is iterative. So 90% of our content is boilerplate content set by the certifying bodies. Okay, so the 10% that brings it to life is what we're actually talking about. So you know, my guys are very skilled because they're from industry. So we've recruited electricians and made them tutors, as opposed to tutors that happen to specialise in electrical. Okay. Well, they've got an overhead projector, they've got a laptop, sometimes a clicker. I mean, technology per se is what they're training on. They're training on the latest air source heat pumps. They're training on the latest EV car charging. They're training on the latest solar and battery. You know, they really are at the cutting edge. You see a Tesla battery, it is, for a white box, it is a beautiful thing. So in terms of what does it play, I would say the technology is defining what's required. So we're bringing people up to speed on the latest technology. But it is still a delivery, in a face-to-face delivery in classrooms, as you'll see. And it is a standard delivery model, standard assessment model when they go into the assessment bays and look through the technology after the course. Well, I would generalise. I'd probably say resilience to start with. And we've just started working with a new charity called Bridge of Hope, and they advocate recruiting for resilience, determination, that type of thing. So I think there is, from the school leaders I speak to, from the clients I speak to, I mean, the general staff in a post-COVID world, the levels of resilience within their staff is particularly low. But you can't come necessarily to my training centre and learn that, although it is a vocational opportunity to learn some resilience, certainly in some of the schools that we work in. In terms of the technical skill gaps, I would say electricians is a big gap, certainly with what the government wished to do with net zero and the heating network. Even looking at last week at Heathrow issues with power, I'm sure we could have done with a few more electricians on the day. Electricians also are a funny breed. A lot of them are self-employed, so you would think there's an opportunity to bring apprentices through, but the onus on them to do that is challenging, because they're creating a competitor for themselves down the line. So I think that there is a lack of investment in training over the last number of years. I went to a conference not long ago with one of the leading energy utility providers, engineering director, standing there with his keynote speak, and was very proud to say he was the last apprentices this company had in 1983. That kind of gives you an indication of how the market sees it. It's someone else's problem to resolve. Frustratingly, it seems to fall. I don't want to be reliant on the government to solve it, but it does seem that options like boot camps and various funding opportunities are incumbent on ourselves to take those opportunities to try and improve the skill shortage. Take this week, for example, there's 40 people here this week that are not trained on electric car charging installations. These are all local Hampshire-based individuals. So as of this week, there'll be 40 more people in Hampshire that can fit car chargers. Okay, so there was 40 less last week. It's kind of as simple as that. It is units of bringing people with qualifications that are relevant, that can be deployed into the market very quickly post-education.